This hair is giving like woo! Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sophie Candy. In case you're new here, karibu sana. Welcome to All Things Candy K, where we keep it real, and of course, welcome back to my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for the love and support. Today, I'm about to give you a story time of how I've had a total of 8 piercings, but just have 4 today. It's a story time. Let's get into it. So, first off, I have missed you guys so much, and I mean it. Like, I've really missed my YouTube gang, and I thought, you know what, let me just do this. And today, I'm not gonna forget to give out the shout outs. So, shout out to Brass and Darby, shout out to Serena, and shout out to Lydia. Thank you guys for supporting me and always being, an inspiration. Also for Serena and Ibrasa for always being my first top viewers. I love you from the deepest part of my heart. So today, guys, I'm about to tell you what I already explained, and let me just say, the pressure. So let's start this from far behind or far back when I first got my first piercing. So sorry about like cut short cut. It's because I'm using Snapchat because my camera has like a problem, so I have to use this. So when I was younger, I think around class 4 or class 3, I can't remember. Um, I was really cheeky back then as a child. Like I was really cheeky, a cute cheeky baby. So my mom was just, God rest her soul, was just strict mother, strict parents. And of course, I know you can get this if you have an African parent, but mine was stricter. So when it comes to piercings or stuff like that, it really wasn't something negotiable because no. The answer is no. Even before you ask, the answer is no. So I always wanted to have a piercing, an ear piercing, the first one. And back then, I also like really used to love makeup. I was always one of those girly girls. I was always one of those. When I get money, I buy lip gloss. When I get money, I still do what I have to use my mom's makeup. I do whatever. I was always a girly girl in short, and I still am. So we go to a family friend's place, and before we go there, my mom says, "Let's go to the salon." Or if I can remember, we first go to the salon. I just remember we first go to the salon, or we later went to the salon, which was like around that family friend's area. You get it? So we go to the salon, and I'm getting my hair done. And when I'm in the salon, I see this guy shotgun because I knew this is what these people use for ear piercing because I don't know where I saw it, but I just knew this is the key to my success. This is the key to my beauty. This is where it is. So I was like, Mom, nataka kutobolewa masikio. And of course the answer was what? No. Look at this area. I'm like, okay. Gauging, I'm like, okay. These people don't know my mom. These people don't know me. If I cause a tantrum, it's gonna end well. It's gonna end well. Let's just start there. And I decided, you know what? I'll just start screaming. And I started screaming. I started crying. I'm like, please. So my mom is getting embarrassed, Because I'm crying. I'm like, me, I just want. Then, the women are like, mwache tu atobolewe. Iyo si, haikuangi mbaya. Haikuangi. Mama, just let her. And my mom is looking at me, she's like, wewe ni vile tu siwezi kutandika hapa. But me, I did my part. Okay, I did my part. And luckily, I got my first piercing that day. And I remember I was so excited, like, I'm tiny, like, hata nimekalia kiti, but sifiki chini. I'm like, today is the day. Today is the day. So I get my piercing done, of course, and it was painful, but huwezi sema, you just unaijiekea because if you start saying painful unapigwa hapo. So nikakubali tu na nikaketi chini and nikatobolewa. I was so happy. It's this piercing, the first one. I was so happy, guys. Like, wow. As in, I don't look like a Barbie doll, and I was obsessed with Barbie. I don't know what these children these days watch. Mimi, I was just the Barbie Mariposa. Barbie Mariposa, now I look like Barbie Mariposa. I look like Barbie Sijui who? Barbie Sijui, Barbie no, Barbie Island Princess. As in, I used to watch those things and I just wanted to be a Barbie doll. Okay? So that was my first piercing and I was so happy. It didn't have any infections or anything of the sort. It was just a good piercing, like I behave because it had to. Ah! It had to behave. It had to because ikifungana then it's over. So that was my first piercing. Primary school went, high school is now here. So in high school, I was always like, wow, I want a nose piercing. And I always, as in, I don't know why, I've just always gravitated towards piercings and I love them. So at this point, I decided, because there was this time in high school, people were just piercing, piercing, piercing. So even me, I was like, okay, let me just pierce. So, but this one won't count it as a piercing. But I needled my ear over here. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think the peer pressure was just it was really big. So I pierced my ear over here just to see how I'd look. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good, but it was just some nonsense. I don't know, but kukakuwa tu na some issues. All girls are piercing, blah 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 blah. Then the prefect, blah blah blah, and then it all ended there. But that one isn't a piercing. That was just I don't even. So of course in high school I'm just eyeing the girls out here. I'm like, this girl has a nose piercing. This nose piercing looks nice. I just always wanted a nose piercing. I'm like, me, I just want a nose piercing. So I finished high school, and guess what I did? I decided I'm gonna get a nose piercing, whether I like it or not, whether you like it or not. So I go to a nail appointment one day because trust me, these piercings I just do them impromptu. Akunanga siku nakuanga nimepanga ati today I'm gonna do a nose piercing. It's always impromptu. So I get my first nose piercing and I go to the nail salon. She does my nails and I saw the gun. I saw the gun. I saw the gun. Ram pa pa pa. I saw the gun again and I'm like, okay. So I look at it. I'm like, unatobanga mtu? Like, yeah, mi utoboa. Najua. And next to me was like another mama. Let's just call her mama. It doesn't mean she's old or anything. It's just a slang word for girl. So she's like, okay, nataka kutobolea mapua. Unajua hii yangu nimekaa nayo hata 15 years. Haijaifunga. Unapaka tu Dettol. I had decided that me, I've seen the gun, I saw the sign, and here it is. This is the universe telling me, girl, this is your day. So I just sit down and she's like, okay, let me get the gun. She gets the gun and she loads the gun, of course, with the piercing. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay, should I really do this? Ama, what's going on? Like, should we really do this? And I'm like, okay, let's just do it. I close my eyes, I sit down, I'm just like there, touching my beautiful nails, and I'm trembling, and then I just hear, Pwah! The pain on a scale of 1 to 10, the pain was like a 6. It was like a 6 there. This one, the first piercing, I would say it was like a 7 because I was still a baby and it was really painful. So it was more painful than the nose piercing. So my eye is just like crying. I think it was this side. Yeah, it was this side. My eyes like crying and 2 minutes later I'm like, "Iko pikio?" I look at myself, I'm like, wow, oh my god, I look so nice. Like, wow, I'm gonna insert a picture of how I had my first piercing, my nose piercing. I love. So the piercing is good. I continue with life. And let me tell you, the earring or the ring was just I'll call it an earring because it's actually supposed to be an earring, but unaweka kwa mapua because you're using the gun. And I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. So I was just waiting for like some time it heal, and then I just removed the ring because I was so impatient. I was like, I don't like this ring. I don't want to have this ring. I just want to have a new ring. So after even not letting it heal so much, I removed it. And to me, it was healed because the mama didn't tell me. It was just the ghetto. Because back in the day, my nails were just not that bomb. Of course, they were bomb, but mahali nilikuwa naekwa, it was a bit like the ghetto or something. So even what they tell you and what they recommend you to do for your piercing to heal, it's not that precise. So I had this friend who had a different piercing, and she was like, "Oh, this piercing of mine, it's just so amazing, blah blah blah." And I was very nilikuwa 1.1. So I was just like, wow, as in, I want this piercing of hers. I don't want mine. And I removed mine and started putting another piercing. And everything was just good. You get everything was well because it was already past 3 months. And that this time I hadn't gotten there was now another wave of corona. I get. So I had to get my vaccine. Get and I had this vaccine. I can't Moderna vaccine. What? I the ghetto again. That vaccine just I don't know what it did to me, but yani I was not myself. My head was constantly aching. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. I as in the even the, that's another story time. But I just couldn't function well. Nose piercing si kama maskio. Maskio you can remove and wait 2 days and then you put it back again. Nose piercing is so delicate. Like you just remove it 1 hour ishafunga. So mi nikatoa piercing yangu. I remember removing it and I forgot to put in the stopper because it's painful, guys. Like weka hiyo stopper hapo ndani, it's painful. So I just forgot. You get and I was in so much pain. I remember because my arm was so heavy and I slept without a stopper. I slept without a stopper. And the next morning, I don't have a nose piercing. It's somewhere lying in the bed. I don't know where it is because I don't know. And guess what? Imefunga. Imefunga. I'm trying to poke wall. Poke wall. Imefunga. I was so devastated, guys. But you know what I told myself? Next week niko na ingine hii side. Because I even didn't like this side. So I'll just go get another one. I'll just go get another one. So that was my what? 1, 2, 3 third piercing. The next week now, I decide, child, I'm getting another one. And I'm getting another one. So guys, I don't know if it was the next week, but it was just somewhere immediately after this week where I was dying because of the vaccine. And I decided, I've never liked this piercing, first of all. Sijawahi penda. So I'm gonna go to a professional place. Because this one I paid like 200 or 100. Now I'm just gonna go to a professional place, get my nose pierced for 500 bob, and I'm just gonna go get it. So I go to another place I'm not gonna mention. I go and I'm excited again. I'm like, okay, here goes the other one. Round one, round two, sasa tuko. Round three. I get to that place. These people now they were professional. They were not like the other ghetto ones. She was a nice girl who pierced me the first nose piercing, but she was just a bit, she as in hakuwa na experience sana. So I go and this time now there's a booth. There's a specific booth for, getting your piercing and your tattoos. So I go there and I'm like, I'm just girl, I'm a gangster like me by that mniwezi, as in there's nothing I can't do. Me by that. Trust me, I'm not even crying. As in I know the drill. I've had this one where even I tell them, no hapa nilikuwa nyingine, nimekujia ingine. Yeah. Sinyone hivi. So I sit down. And they were so professional enough to tell me which piercing do I want. So they give me a bunch of rings and they're like, okay, choose what you want. I'm like, oh, this is so cute. So I choose one. And I'm so excited because this is what I wanted. So, okay, I'm so sorry if my camera is moving. But msijali, one day, my, let me just not that. But my ring light, okay. So, we get to the place and I'm like, where's the gun? And they tell me, hapa hakuna gun, madam. We use the needle. And of course, I had experience with the needle. But hapa kwa mapua, needle. I'm like, okay, nishalipa 500 bob. Um, Good night, guys. Nice meeting you. Pewa chai, pewa chai, pewa chai. Good night. Bye. Toodoo. I'm like, there's no way you're gonna insert a needle to my nose. How? How? And they're like, usijali si uchungu, you know. And at this time now I'm struggling. I'm like, okay. Um, hmm, hmm. So I just said, okay, girl, you're against that. Where to Leah? So I sit down and I'm just relaxing. And let me tell you, woo, hey, that pain, my sister, if you want to get a nose piercing, no, no, that, that pain is different. I won't say it's that painful, but it's different. My sister, that needle, when it just gets on my brother, if you're planning to, then ikifika tu hapa, and my nose is big. My nose is pretty big. I have like, is it a German nose or what? And it's thick. I'm like, wow, it's painful. Like, I'm like, my hands are just like this. Kasikia tu imefanywa ngwi, ngwi, and then you're like, okay, now it's over. She's like, no, sijaweka ring. The ghetto. Nakwambia I cried. She was giving me the mirror. She's like, aya sasa jiangalie. No, there was a mirror like in front of me. She's like, jiangalie sasa uone vile umetoka. I'm like, please, niacheni tu. I just told her, please niache tu 5 minutes. Utakuita. Ama utakuja tu. Please. I was just like, no, this one is different. This one is different. I closed my eyes and I was just like crying. And I'm like, just leave me, please. I just need a moment. I need a moment because, guy, as in, wow. So I was just closing my eyes. I'm like, so finally, the pain was kidogo imeisha kidogo, And I actually remember I was with my friend that day. By the way, we were getting our nails that day. We were getting our nails done that day. And I remember, I know you know yourself. I know. And I just told her, acha nipite tu hapa nakuja. And she was like, okay. So when I came back, I'm having a nose piercing. That's how it works for me. It's always impromptu. If I'm to get a tattoo one day, but tattoo lazima upange. Tattoo nayo, haufiki tu hapa ati modhurwa niweke tattoo hapo ya no. Wow. This was painful, but when I looked at myself in the mirror, I'm like, this is so pretty. Like, I look so nice. And the piercing was really pretty. Again, I'm gonna insert a picture over here. And over time, this one now I took good care of it. I'm like, this one I'm gonna do, because I already have experience. So I'm taking good care of the piercing. Kila siku, I do what I do. And the difficult part is now washing your face during that time because you can't wash your face. If you are going into it's difficult. So after some time now, I let it heal, and of course, I'm satisfied with the piercing, the ring. And after it heals, I now change the piercing, and I had to go back to that place for them to change because I know this thing. If I change, so I go back to that place. I tell them, okay, now I need a new piercing. I choose another one and I put it. And now I'm gonna insert another picture. Nakwambia, that piercing was pretty. Everyone was just like, wow, where did you get your nose piercing? Blah 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 blah. That piercing was pretty, and of course, I have to stand out. Me. Why fit in when you were born to stand out? My sister, I just had to. Mi siwezi vaa ring, kila mtu anavaa. Not me. Please. No, not my portion. It's something about a nose piercing. Unaenda kwa matatu. Yani, everyone is just looking at you. They're like, wow, that pink piercing is big. Because it was pink, and I love pink, by the way. So, yani, but now the bad thing was now what we, conductors, where? Sister, hiyo ni gani umeweka sijui nini. Yani it was, and then I used to look like a bad girl because of course I have like a bitch face. I have a resting bitch face. So let me just say it was just different. Everything about this was just different. Everything about this piercing, it was different. So that's my 1, two, three, four, fourth piercing. So now let's get into the ear. And now we're gonna go back before I got this, before I started getting these ones, okay? Because ear, nose piercing, the nose piercings, I was just like around 1.2. I was like 1.1, 1.2, as in just a first year student. No, we're going back again. So I finished high school and I went for computer classes like every person does. Of course, in my era, these days, naenda sijui wapi. Me, I did ICDL. So, and shout out to my hairstylist, Monica Asante. Okay, it looks so nice. I decided to do something different this time because, hey, me nimechoka na braids. Guys, I'm really tired. So, back to the story. I was coming out of school. This was like a school. So ICDL, I used to go. The nini started at 8 a.m. So I used to go really early, and I would come out of that place at around 5. So me, I'm just walking. I'm casually going home, and I remember that time I don't know why I was sad, but as in I can't recall, but I remember being so sad. As in, I was just walking. I don't know what I was thinking, guys, but I don't even know why I was so sad that time. I don't know, it's because I really don't know. But I was just walking home. I'm sad, and I've got on an ear piercing available. So I'm like, okay, I just have a problem. Let's sit down and just ask ourselves, what is the case? Because am I always going to see ear piercing? I'm like, wow. If you've reached this point of the video, just give it a like, subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe, comment, tell us, tuambie kama wewe ushaikuwa na nose piercing. Ishaikufilisha uchungu au ni nini? But to some point, I don't know why my ear piercings, because that was my first one, this one, and I was a baby. And then now the second one, when I was coming out of ICDL, it was also painful. I don't know, but it was also really painful. The one for ear piercing. So I was just like, I'm tired of this sadness. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of switching what. Now this is my new beginning. Let me get a new piercing. I'm just tired of everything. And I'm ready to become my new authentic self. And this one is going to be my mark. I got another one. And it was really painful. The first piercing was like around 1 to 10, it was like 6. This one was 7. It was more painful than this one. This one was 8. This one was 9. It was the most painful. So, because now it was the needle one. Now, hiyo si nishajiambia bedha, my life has changed. I've become a new woman and blah, blah, blah. So, I didn't know. I always eyed the nose piercing, but I hadn't gotten it yet. Because nilikuwa nimetoka tu shule hiyo time, ndio nimeingia ICDL. So, that was my 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my 4.
The ear piercing also
Four,
later on
second
closed
here.
up.
1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tumefika number 6. Number 7 now, which is the last pair, number 7 and 8. So this one happened juicy. Very juicy, very juicy. I think it was like, I don't know, this year. So no, this one is weird. I was having an argument with someone. When was that? And we had like some new resolutions and everything, and I thought now, it's the starting of a new thing, now, because we have kept our resolutions, we have resolved everything. It's now the time for me to put another piercing, so that I just remind myself where we started, how we started this thing, where we are now. But at the same time, I cannot say that was the main reason, because hii ilikuwa imefunga na nilikuwa na feel vibaya, because I was like, man, I need a new piercing. As in, sasa unajua, I didn't tell you how this one closed. Oh my god. Hey. So, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. This one now closed because there's someone who bought me another piercing. and it was a gift, and they were like, you should try this piercing because it looks nice, blah blah blah. So I ended up removing this one, the one that I had, and kept the other one, and it was looking so nice, like it was really pretty. But yani tu ilifika mahali nikachoka, as in this is like a different, this like a baby, this like a baby. You do sijui what inaanza kuuma ifanya sijui nini, sijui ukivaa nguo ukiosha uso kidogo sijui umeweka nini I was so tired. I was like, bro, me, I'm done. I'm just done with it. F this. Acha ikae. So I didn't even force it again in gear. I just left it alone. And that still today I have like a small mini here and like a small one here. You see, this one is a bit fresh because it was this year. But hata ukijaribu kupokaji haiwezi ingia, and I just felt like it took away my identity, because I don't know, it doesn't take your identity away from you, but yani, as you know, you're just now Candy with the nose piercing. You're not like Candy, you're like Candy with a nose piercing. That girl who has a nose piercing, you get, as in, I was just tired of becoming, because there's a way unakaanga kama ka bad girl mahali, bad girl Candy. I'm like, apana, hii kitu ni bad girl, lakini like, my bad girl days are over, please. So that ended there. So now this other one, I was like, oh, we have resolved things. Now I should go and get a piercing, blah blah blah. And I've put a video. In fact, I have a video of how I got pierced. This one, it was just impromptu as well, but I knew I was gonna get a piercing that day. That it wasn't impromptu, but it was like, okay, I'll get it or I won't get it. But because we resolved stuff that day, I'm like, okay, let me go get it. So I went and got my piercing done. On a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, now there's another story time. When I was getting pierced, this one, now this last one that I have, she pierced me this side, perfect. She goes to the other side, na pierce pabaya. Oh my goodness. Oh. So now I have one piercing on this side, and this one is like upper chin. They're like, apana, lazima tutoe hiyo. I'm like, what? You want to remove this that you just pierced? And then you, ati apana, si uchungu. I'm like, kai saba. Nikamwambia wewe nifanyeni vile mnataka. Toa. Then they pierced and it was fine. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 piercings. That means 4 are down. Plus fifth one, the needle one. So this story this story time is just to tell you that mtaka yote hukosa yote. Walenga hawakugonga. Hii hapana si hivyo. Ni walenga wahenga waligonga ndipo waliposema mtaka yote hukosa yote, na kwa kweli nilikosa yote, lakini si yote, bali nilibaki na haya tu, hii na hii na hii na hii. To some point my parent was like, now you apana. So that's when I also noticed, I'm like, apana di mimi apana. I'm looking like a Rwandese lady. Ama I was supposed to be born in Rwanda, but nikaangukia Kanairo. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you've reached this point, once again, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And I hope you learned something about this, because now I just have these 2 piercings and I'm loving them. I'm just content with how they look and how I look and everything. But yeah, I might get another one. I'm just saying, it just depends on the ear and how I'm feeling and everything. Thank you so much once again for the subscription. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment once again. And yeah, next time we might do a makeup look. Mwone jinsi ambavyo mimi hufanya makeup, lakini today I'm just natural. I just did mascara and lip gloss, and I decided to come here. So I hope you guys have liked this video. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram. It's the hair. It's coming with some confidence. Anyway, make sure to follow me on Instagram at @candy_candy.kiambi. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely evening. Kisses and hugs. I love you so much. Peace.
Bye.